What is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and welcome back to my World Rallycross Championship season here on DiRT, and today we're here for episode number 4 and the penultimate round of the season. Today we're heading to Sweden to the Holjes circuit. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm really not too sure, but here you can have a quick look at the circuit, a bit of an overview, and what that map doesn't really show is the big hill there is towards the end of the lap, and of course turn 1 where the apex is up on a big sort of crest of a hill, and it's a really off-camber corner. I've driven this track a fair bit, and I will say it is quite a fun one. To be honest though, I find pretty much all rallycross tracks at this stage really fun. These cars are just so much fun to drive on this game. So heading into this round of the championship, I have a 22-point lead in the championship over Timozyanov, with Johan Kristoffersen sitting in 3rd place, a further 7 points back off Timozyanov, so I have a very comfortable lead in the championship. So for the first qualifying heat, we are in Group D like normal with Munich, Markland and Chichurit.
Okay, eyes on the track, lights about to go, have a good race.
Here we go, heat number 1 here in Sweden. We grab the handbrake, the revs rise, we are ready to race. And we're green in Sweden for the first qualifying heat. We're on the outside as we head down towards turn number 1, but throw it in very late on the brakes. We pull the car up as now into turn number 2. A little bit of contact on the rear, but we managed to get from last on the grid all the way up into the lead of this heat. And now we just put our head down, set some very competitive lap times, and Joker right at the end. Make the most of this clean air as it looks like no one else has jokered yet. Oh, no. I've spun it. Cock. Alright, got it going again, and somehow we've retained the lead, and there's no one else jokered still. We had a spin, and we are still leading this race so far, and no one else has jokered. I have no idea what those other guys are doing, but we have some serious pace if we can do a full 360 and hold on to the lead after only 1 lap of racing. Oh god, all 3 of them have jokered at once as we're coming up to the end of lap number 3, and then we're going to have to take our all-important jokers over the jump. We go onto the brakes, rotate the rear of the car, and we cross the line to start the final lap. And as you can see, we have to go into the joker on this lap through turn number 1, now down into the joker, turn the rear of the car, pitch in and go night. Oh, that's a lot of curb. A pretty nice joker lap though, I will say, and we hold on to the lead of this qualifying here as we almost spin the car again, but I managed to grab the handbrake and stop that. Over the jump we go, onto the brakes for the final corner, a little bit of handbrake to rotate the car up to the line, and we finish with a time of 2:44.973, and you can see the other guys going around half a lap behind me, and I even had a spin in that race. Where does that put us overall? The heat results, we are first overall by almost 3 seconds to Sebastian Loeb, and we even had a spin in there. We had a spin and we still win the heat by 2.8 seconds. Far out. Yep, it is on the hardest difficulty. So for heat number 2, we're in Group A with Sebastian Loeb, Rainis Nitish and Petter Solberg. Here we go, qualifying heat number 2 here in Sweden. We're on pole position, the best place to be starting as we grab the handbrake. We're ready to race. And we're green for heat number 2. We've had a terrible start, and Sebastian Loeb has had a flyer from 2nd place on the grid as we head through turn number 1. There's heavy contact with that is Petter Solberg, has jumped up into the lead as we now hit the back of Sebastian Loeb's Peugeot. Can we dive up his inside? But that does turn to the outside as he absolutely clobbers the curb. Surely that's some corner cutting as we get a better exit around his outside into the hairpin. A nice run around the outside. I think we're still going side by side with Loeb. We have an amazing run on Petter Solberg. Oh, we've spun it. Absolute disaster. I got a little bit too optimistic going around the outside of Solberg there as I had the run. Just got a little bit wide off the track and just lost the car in a little bit of a ditch. But now we need to really fight back. I think an early joker right now could be a good idea as through turn number 1, flick the car and is now going to dive into the joker lap try to get the best Joker that we possibly can. A little clip of the barriers. It looks like the only other car... Oh, no. I've done the same thing, the same spin. That curb on the left, you just tap it a little bit too much, and it likes to turn the car around. But it looks like the only other car to Joker so far is Nittish's Sebastian Loeb and Solberg are still out there yet to Joker. Okay, it looks like everyone has now made their Joker, and we are plumb last in this heat as we stuff that corner up really badly. We have a lap and a half to go in heat number 2, and it looks like we're going to be coming dead last in our heat, but hopefully we can put together a good enough time to get some sort of heat points. We have half a lap to go here in heat number 2, and you can just see how much I have caught up to I've clipped the barrier that I moved in my earlier crash, and that may have just cost us a chance at trying to dive up the inside of Nittish and around the final corner across the line at 2:48.9. That is not a good time at all. One major spin and one sort of half spin in that heat, which is definitely... We've got 6 overall in Q2 somehow, even with that spin. I don't know how we've done that, but we've gotten 6 overall, and that's some nice heat points, so we should be comfortably looking comfortable to go through to the semis. We are still leading in the heat leaderboard so far, but only 1 point, though, over Sebastian Loeb. So, for heat number 3, we're in Group B with Janie Balmanis and Kevin Hansen. Here we go, heat number 3, and it looks like we are starting in 2nd place. In a bit of a Peugeot sandwich, we've got Peugeot in 1st and 4th as we are ready to race in Sweden. And we're green for heat number 3, and we have not had the best start off the line as Balmanis has got in front of us down into turn number 1 again. We've had a little bit of a spin, a little bit messy as we're actually going to follow. I think that's Kevin Hansen into the Joker. A very bad first call. We just tapped the back of Nittish as they broke a little bit earlier than I thought they would, and that sent me into a little bit of a spin. This has been a very scrappy few heats so far here in Sweden, but we do have a lot of pace. Can we dive up the inside of Hansen? No, we can't. He just shuts the door on us through the final corners. Now up towards turn number 1. We just want to be careful as these two are fighting it out. Can we sneak up the inside of Janie? Yes, we can. And we're up into 2nd place now as I've got Balmanis directly in front of us. So we get on that curb again, but thankfully we hold on to the car this time. Can we try it up the inside of Balmanis? Not here, but we've found that we normally get a very good run out of here, and as you can see, just breeze up the inside of Balmanis and into the lead of this heat. Oh, we almost rolled it through turn number 1, taking a whole lot of curb, and we almost went over. So close there. Very lucky, but we're now onto the final lap here in heat number 3, and we might as well ride on board for the rest of this lap so you guys can have a proper look at this Holjes circuit in Sweden as we head down the fast back section. Now we brake down 2 gears, flick the car to the right, let it drift out, up over the jump, then back down to 2nd gear, a little bit of handbrake sometimes through this final corner and up towards the line. We set a time of 2:44.8 in heat number 3.
Yes, nice.
And we win that heat by 3.2 seconds to Nittish in the end. So, again, a very dominant performance, and that is 50 heat points to our name. And we should be very comfortable to go through to the semi-finals now. So, heat number 4, and we're in Group A with Rainis Nittish, Kevin Hansen, and Janie. Here we go, heat number 4, the final qualifying heat here in Sweden. We're on pole position in group number A. As we grab the handbrake, we're ready to race. And we're green for heat number 4, and we get a decent start. As now we're getting pitted as we head down the straight towards turn number 1. I've got into the door of Kevin Hansen as he has jumped into the lead and into the Joker. So we're still rubbing against Nittish, and he has jumped into the lead. I'm not too sure what was happening off the start there, but someone was getting into my rear left corner, and we almost were going to spin. A bit of a pit maneuver there they were trying, but they didn't make that work if they were trying to spin me out. It's now around the outside of Rainis Nittish and into the lead of this heat. We've got the clean air. We've got Kevin Hansen who has already jokered, but we've got the clean air. He's probably getting into the back of Janey. Someone's just spun in front of me. I think that was Janey, in behind me, I should say. I saw it in the mirror. And now Kevin Hansen is right behind me, and he is the one that has jokered. So we have to set some lightning times now while we have the clean air and hope that we can put in a nice joker lap.
Next lap, Joker, next lap.
Oh, bit of a mistake there. We almost spun it. A bit of a half spin, but that will have lost us a lot of time. The spotter prediction was first place when we crossed the start-finish line. It's still staying first in the top right, but I'm not sure if that is updated after my little spin. We're about to find out. We have one corner left on lap number 3 of 4, and we're going to have to dive into the joker as we start the final lap in Q4. So now go through turn number 1, get the car sideways, and now we dive off into the joker. A little bit scrappy on the entrance, careful of that barrier as we hit that one. We rejoin comfortably in first place as we hit that curb again, and we just hold on to the car through the final corner and up towards the start finish line. It's a time of 2:42.6, and I think that's the best time we have done so far in any of the heats. It was a pretty clean one, only one half spin, and we win the heat overall by just under 2 seconds, 1.8 seconds to Sebastian Loeb in second place. So with 3 heat wins and 1 6th place, we are on the top qualifier here in Sweden with Sebastian Loeb in second place and Nitish in third, and Kevin Hansen even, the 19-year-old, in fourth. Looking a little bit lower, Timmy Hansen and Backrud have only just scraped through into the semi-finals, and Johan Kristoffersen has been knocked out. It is semi-final time here in Sweden, and we are on pole position for semi-final number 1. Alongside us on the front row of the grid is Reinus Nitish with Marklund and Petter Solberg on the second row with Janey and Timmy Hansen on the back row of the grid. In the other semi-final, it's a Peugeot front row lockout with Sebastian Loeb on pole position with Kevin Hansen alongside him. And then you've got Janis Balmanis and Timur Timizyanov on the second row of the grid with Kevin Eriksson and Andreas Backrud on the back row of the grid. Here we go. It is semi-finals time here in Sweden. We're on the grid for our semi-final on pole position. We grab the handbrake. We are ready to race. And we're green for semi-final number 1. We get a decent start from pole position as we head down towards turn number 1. We've got the inside line, but no, Solberg has gone right around our outside and all the way off into the joker as we continue on the normal lap for this first lap, and we are now in the lead on the track. And Solberg has come out in second place. What, he's right on our rear bumper? No way. He's just gone through the joker and rejoined in second as Timmy Hansen has actually just overtook him. Timmy Hansen fighting up from last place on the grid, but now we are sitting out the front in the clean air, and we need to make the most of this and joker on the last lap. We're not going to try to cover off Petter Solberg because I think we have the better pace here in Sweden, and using this clean air is a much better strategy. Oh, clip that curb again. Got the back out very, very sideways, and that will have lost us a little bit of time as everyone else has joker. We've got Timmy Hansen in second, then Petter Solberg in third, and we're going to have to take our joker on the very next lap, and the spotter is saying we are going to rejoin in first place. We're about to find out. 1 corner to go on this lap through the final corner, powering out of the final corner across the line as we start the final lap, lap 6 of this semi-final. We're going to have to dive off into the joker lap, knock over those bollards a little bit through the joker, quite a nice joker, and we rejoin in first place. I can see a car just up there, 2 corners ahead of us. We're almost going to be lapping people in this 6-lap race. That must be Markland, and he must have ran into some serious issues. Down into the final corner, get the car sideways, power out, and we're going to win semi-final number 1, and that means we're going to be starting on pole position for the final. So if we have a look at the semi-final results, in our semi-final number 1, myself, Timmy Hansen, and Petter Solberg will be going through to the final with Nitish, Janie, and Markland all eliminated. In the other semi-final, you have Sebastian Loeb, Kevin Hansen, and Andreas Backerud all going through, with Balmanis, Kevin Eriksson, and Timur Timizyanov all being eliminated. And now I've just realized the second row of the grid for the final will be an all Hansen brother row, with Timmy Hansen and his younger brother Kevin Hansen, all Peugeots as well. It's actually going to be 3 Peugeots in the final as well. Of course, Sebastian Loeb, part of the Hansen team. It is time for the final here in Sweden. We're going to be starting on pole position with Sebastian Loeb alongside us on the front row of the grid. The second row of the grid is an all Hansen brother affair, with Kevin Hansen starting from 3rd place with his older brother alongside him. Of course, Timmy Hansen starting from 4th. And you got an all Norwegian final row of the grid with Petter Solberg and Backerud. Here we go, it is time for the final here in Sweden. We are starting on pole position as we grab the handbrake. We are ready to race in Sweden. And we're green for the final. It's been a decent start from, fucking Kevin Hansen. Jesus Christ, he's got a lightning start and giving us a proper squeeze on the apex of turn number 1. It's a Peugeot 123 right now with Loeb and the 2 Hansens. Can we look up the inside of Kevin down into this the left-hander, but turns to the right. He gets the inside line, but runs it very, very deep. When we get back past Kevin Hansen, it looks like Sebastian Loeb is leading from Timmy Hansen right now. A Peugeot 1-2, but we want to put a stop to that as we head down to this fast right-hander. Careful as these two squabble. It looks like Hansen's going up the inside of Sebastian Loeb down into the final corner. We're going to try to follow Timmy through on Sebastian Loeb. We're side by side with the rally legend up towards turn number 1. We've got the outside line, but that turns to the inside for turn number 2. A little bit too much curve. It shoves us wide as he swapped back on us, and he's now up our inside, but that's going to turn to the outside. We've run it very, very deep, got it a little bit sideways, and absolutely balked on the apex, and he has got that position. We've lost some very valuable time here in Sweden. Maybe a joker would be a good idea, as we've got Backerud right behind us, Kevin Hansen and Petter Solberg, who have all already joked as the car is trying to break away from me as we headed down the hill and now over the jump to the final corner. We're getting this wrong, making mistakes at a crucial time here in Sweden. If the 2 cars in front don't joker, I am going to joker. Is anyone jokering? I think I saw, no one's jokering, so we are going to jump into the joker. We need a good lap here. Oh, we've clipped that barrier a little bit too hard, and Backerud has got us. As now we've got, that's Petter Solberg trying to barge alongside us, very close on the merge. We squeeze him out, and we take 4th place. This is going to be interesting. What lap times can we set, and where are the 2 Peugeots going to come out? We've got Backerud right in front of us. Can we dive up the inside into this right-hander? That was never going to work, as now we've got it out very, very wide and losing some crucial time as we're about to pass the halfway point of this finals. We start lap number 4 of 6 here in Sweden. There goes Sebastian Loeb and Timmy Hansen off into the joker. Where are they going to rejoin? That is Loeb and Backerud going side by side into this right-hander. Loeb has had a poor run through there, but we are not quite close enough to capitalize on that, as now we have 1.5 laps to go here in Sweden. Can we get ourselves onto the podium? Loeb has had a bad run. Can we try it up the inside? No, we cannot, as that turns to the outside for that right-hander over the jumpers now into the final corner. Try to get a good exit off here, which we don't. We get very, very wide, is now up towards turn number 1. Flick the car in and now dive it up the inside down into turn number 2. Very, very forceful on the 9-time rally champion. He's getting very, very physical. I know he spent his entire career in rally, but he knows how to race door to door as he jumps over the curb, runs it wide, and we get the position, and we're up onto the podium with half a lap to go here in Sweden. Can we hold on to this? I think we can, but it doesn't look like we have a chance at getting the winners. Timmy Hansen has just run away with the race here in Sweden, his home race, in fact, and it looks like he's going to take a victory in front of his home crowd, with Backerud in second. Is now out of the final corner. We cross the line in 3rd place. Not a win, but still on the podium, and some very nice points. So, Timmy Hansen has won here in Sweden in front of his home fans. A great win there for the young Swede, with Backrud and myself joining him on the podium. Then you got Sebastian Loeb just missing out on the podium. We got very, very physical with the 9-time World Rally Championship, champion, I should say, there on that final lap. Then you got Petter Solberg in 5th and Kevin Hansen in 6th. So after the 4th round of the championship, we've extended our lead to a point where no one can catch us. We are now the champion of this little mini-series with 106 points. In second place at the moment is Timur Timizyanov on 68 points, and the maximum amount of points you can score in a World Rallycross event is 30, so there's no chance at all that anyone can catch us, so we are the champions. And then you got Backrud sitting in 3rd place, Timmy Hansen jumping up to 4th with today's win, then Sebastian Loeb in 5th. Kristofferson has dropped down to 6th place after not making out of the heats, then Baumanis in 7th, Nitish in 8th, Petter Solberg in 9th, then René Munich rounding out the top 10. So that'll do it for today, guys. Next time out, we head to France for the final round of the season, and I can't wait to do that. I just have so much fun playing with the Rallycross cars in this game, and it is just so damn fun. I'm enjoying this series so much. I'm going to be slightly sad to see it, and it's a bit disappointing that there is only 5 tracks in the game. It is an official licensed World Rallycross game, so I would have liked to see, you know, all 12 of the real-life Rallycross tracks in the game, but we've only got 5. I'm not going to complain too much. 5 is still a nice amount, and they are pretty awesome, and it's just seriously fun. So I'm probably going to record the next episode right now because I'm having so much fun with this. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Fitcho, and I'll see you all next time.